Welcome to another video, this time talking about the updates to gear systems and new currency that patch 5.5 has introduced to Final Fantasy XIV. Like always, due to the complexity and different level sections of this game, I highly recommend to check out the base video if you haven't reached level 80 yet. Nonetheless, starting at item level 510, which shall also serve as the first step to catch up into recent content, you can still find the Exarchic gear, which needs to be crafted, can be pentamelted and also bought from the market board. With different price tags, all servers will offer a vast price range among certain pieces, so definitely look out for cheaper ones, meaning to cost between 50 to 100,000 gil. But of course, if you don't have starter job gear or access to any other method, you can easily invest some more. Or you could ask a free company mate to craft some starter stuff for you, because in many aspects this Exarchic gear is still very useful and powerful. On the same level, we got the Eden Normal gear that can still be received by taking down the multiple bosses of Eden's Promise Normal in its story mode. That is offering a decent challenge, but nothing you should worry about. Mechanics are almost self-explanatory and don't demand any technical group constellations or marker setups. Above that, in patch 5.5 they also removed the weekly loot limitations, so hop in there and get the gear you need. While this may serve well as a catch-up and starter gear, I highly recommend to take everything to another step, namely into Augmented Exarchic gear, which offers nearly the same stats as the base Exarchic gear, but with 10 item levels more and some different material placements. Note that you cannot pentamelt these pieces, but what sounds like a disadvantage in the first place will definitely be a relief for your wallet. And how can you obtain these? This is super simple, as you just need to exchange some Ellagan Tomestones of Alagri against this Crystalline Rain and exchange your unused or very cheap Exarchic pieces against currency that again can be traded in against the upgraded augmented version of this gear. The best thing about it though is that once you have exchanged this gear and have enough Crystalline Rain at your disposal, you can easily just replace all of your Exarchic gear that you may still be wearing. Take out the materia and then exchange the replaced base item against currency for augmented new stuff. I think this is one of the best catch-up mechanics this game has to offer. On the same item level you can find the new 24-man raid gear, offering gear for all left side slots, meaning to leave out accessories and bells, so make sure to catch those from either augmented or pentamelted Exarchic gear. Note again that the reward is limited to one piece a week and you can easily just go for the style of these items because they are super unique and the designers of Nier Automata always provide their artistic influence creating those. Above that, I highly recommend to farm this raid anyways, as you should aim for the weekly earned breach coin, rounding up the token selection on Fathard that can be used to upgrade your Cryptlurker gear from item level 520 to 530, but more to that later. On the other hand, when looking for a weapon upgrade, with level 525 you can receive a new weapon for the job of your choice when hunting down the diamond weapon. But you have to participate in its extreme version, where the boss will drop a specific weapon randomly and one totem, where 10 of those can be exchanged against the weapon of your choice. So until the weapon upgrade of your Cryptlurker weapon, which will take a while unless you're participating in Eden Savage content, or by getting the Eden Savage weapon itself, the diamond weapon weapons are definitely a very good choice and something I'm looking forward to myself before hopping into Savage. Which directly leads us to the new method of upgrading Cryptlurker gear, which is basically level 520, but with the weekly token from the tower at Paradigman's Breach and the other coins from the old Yoha raids, you can upgrade Cryptlurker gear without participating in Savage content, except the weapon, which will be available for these coins in a follow-up patch later on. While this sounds nice, you're still limited to one upgrade per week, following on this method, so I highly recommend to use the second way of earning the Crypt Twine and Dusting by using what is left of your sack of nuts. Like I already told in my 5.5 preparation video, the accessory pieces cost less sack of nuts than those for chest, trousers, boots, hands and helm, while the weekly tokens from the Yoha raid do offer the same value on both sections. So you should try to get your accessory upgrades with sack of nuts first and only go for the twine when your sack of nuts is bulging. Here I can always recommend looking for an active hunting community, sporting these awesome A-rank trains to receive all sorts of weekly currency as well as clusters that can be exchanged against bacteria and tons of nuts. So one of the best ways to earn all sorts of currency and catch 2 or 5 birds with one stone. Yet if these heavily boosted Cryptlurker pieces do sound tempting, your best in slot gear is still being found in the combination of augmented Cryptlurker gear combined with pieces of Edensmorn set. That can and will only be received through clearing Eden's Promise in its Savage version, so if you're aiming towards the best gear you can get right now, check out the stats your job is requiring and go for a solid combination of both of these sets, with the Edensmorn weapon being the cherry on top of it. Of course, you can also hunt down the artifact gear earned in the Bozja Southern Front, but as this is a very unique topic, you should definitely check out the many guides found on YouTube about this content. At the moment, the artifact weapon cannot really compete with the options brought in by patch 5.5, but that will drastically change with the upcoming update to the Relic weapon, that could introduce an item level 520 to 525, beating out nearly everything except the Edensmorn weapon. So if you have completed all other content out there, definitely take a look at the Bozja Southern Front and receive your shiny weapon when the content is still hot. And apart from item level relevant gear, there has also been a lot of new things being added on the true endgame side of things, starting the Frontier set that is insanely expensive and can be crafted by either weaver or leather worker. And the most important one in the form of the Augmented Hades style weapons. Holy crap, now I know what they meant with removing portions of gil, taking them out of the game. I'm glad to have left some copper to spare on these awesome weapons. Nonetheless, that's it from now. If there will be any specific changes coming to these gear mechanics and systems, I will let you know as soon as possible, and like always, if you find something that I forgot to talk about, please help our community with a lovely comment under this video. Until next time, enjoy the patch and stick around for many more videos coming this week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep loving Final Fantasy.